What if success is making you unhappy? I know that's a strange thing to kick off with a video, but what if there are things that you're chasing, that you're striving to achieve, but what if they're actually making you unhappy? Many years ago, when I was 20 years old, I was working for a big company in the gym industry, getting paid really well, end of year parties in places like Singapore, Hawaii, and I left to go and work in a bar in Greece, earning 20 euros a night. And my boss thought I was mad, but the reason I did it is because I realised it would make me happy. Many years later, I was hired as a sales director for a national fitness company. And within 6 weeks I left, and I actually went back to a role that I'd had before, working for a mentor in the coaching space, because I had a dream of having a coaching business and building my own events and delivering my own seminars and speaking around the country, and I've subsequently been really lucky to do that. And if I hadn't left, if I'd stayed in that really comfortable sales director position, then maybe I wouldn't have achieved what I've achieved. I think sometimes in life there's an idea that success makes you happy, and I've realised that, as cliche as it sounds, it never will, it never does. Because everything that you've ever wanted, in most cases, you probably already got. I remember when I was 30, it was my 30th birthday, I lived in Southampton, and I was in a bar, I was in a nightclub, and I'd been in the bar about 20 minutes, and I made the decision with a group of friends. I said, guys, I'm going to bail. And they were like, what do you mean? We just got here. And I said, I'm going to bail. I said, I don't want to be here. I said, this is just not what I want to be. It's just not, it doesn't bother me anymore to be in a bar. I said, but don't be offended. I said, I'm just going to go to the curry house next door. I like the guys that worked in there, and I would regularly go there with my friends and stay there for hours just talking to the staff. Young guys that work there were really nice guys. So I said, don't worry, I'll be in the curry house. Just whenever you're ready, come and meet me. And I went in this curry house. But before I did, I just started using Facebook. I wasn't really using it then. And it was 12 years ago, 13 years ago. So obviously it was very prominent, Facebook, wasn't it, obviously, but probably not as prominent as it is now. But anyway, you could post your thoughts and stuff the way that you can now. I'm making myself sound very old, aren't I? Anyway, I remember posting on Facebook or somewhere saying, it's my 30th birthday and all I really want is to be home with a wife and kids. Fast forward 13 years and I'm now married at home with a wife and kids. And it's amazing how often I forget that was once a post on social media, and that is now real. And I am very guilty of not always appreciating what I already have. And I think it's a very common, I don't want to just say male trait, but I can only speak from the male map of the world because I'm a man. But I think it's very common for men to be striving and be ambitious and be hungry and be, wanting to achieve, that it's kind of seen as a weakness maybe to spend time in gratitude for any long period of time. I used to have this thing where if I spend too long just grateful and content, I'll lose all my drive and ambition. And actually the past few years I have actually thought, have I lost my drive and ambition? And I think it's because I've got to the top of a mountain. There was a mountain that I wanted to climb, which was to be married to my beautiful wife and have kids. And that, as a man who grew up without that, like I didn't have brothers and sisters, I didn't have a dad, and me and my mum were close when I was very young, and then maybe not so much when I was a bit older. Neither fault of our own, but I didn't have like this you could say idealistic home life. I didn't have it. I saw it, my aunt and uncle had it, and I got to experience it. So I kind of knew what I wanted, but I didn't have it. And now I'm very fortunate that I have it. There are times where I take it for granted. I'm very aware. So this video is mainly speaking to anybody watching this video who feels like, if they're honest, they don't spend enough time smelling the roses, like what they already have. Great to have ambition. Great to have ambition. Some of the things that I've achieved, the events, the speaking in front of people, like my wife, my kid, like unbelievable. And sometimes I get so caught in what's next, I forget. And I think, oh, but if I spend too long in it, I'll lose my drive. And I realise that sometimes drive isn't about pushing and forcing. Sometimes it's just about taking the time to smell the roses, accept the season that you're in, enjoy the season you're in, and know that they're called seasons for a reason. Because you come out of one and you go into another, and they're called seasons for a reason, right? Anyway, hope you found today's video useful. Love to know what your thoughts are on it, where you maybe perhaps could be more grateful in your life. And if you enjoyed it and you like this concept, and you watch this type of content regularly, and you're not yet a coach, and you maybe have heard about coaching, then we have a life coach training which you can come and check out, where you can get coached by me and start a new career in a really fulfilling way, helping other people to use your knowledge and your insights and your perspective to help other people in the way that hopefully I'm helping you. So if you want to know more about that, there should be a link somewhere underneath to check out our community for that. Anyway, that's it for me. See you soon. Bye bye.